Hello, my name is Chrisman. Welcome to our training today. Now, as you are probably aware, we do have our performance management process coming up in the very near future, and a large part of that is setting objectives. And so that's why I wanted to talk with you a few minutes today. Before we go any further, I wanted to encourage you to bring your employees into the objective setting process, because that helps them feel that they are a part of the process, and also may give you some ideas about what objectives to set if you're perhaps a little unclear. So when we're setting objectives, what we want to do is we want to use a systematic approach, so we're creating pretty much the same objectives for everyone. And that systematic approach we want to call the SMART approach. It's a 5-prong approach, and SMART stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. So you want to keep those in mind. So let's take the process piece by piece. The first one is specific. You want your goals to be specific. You do not want your goals to be so broad that the employee isn't sure what is expected of them. For instance, to say Jane needs to improve her performance is a little bit too broad, so you want to make sure that you whittle that down a little bit and make it very specific. The next prong in our 5-prong approach is measurable. You can't determine if an employee is doing better if you don't measure their performance. So you want to make sure that you have baselines and continuing measurements of performance and that process and how it's improved. So you want to make sure, whether it be the customer service representative who's answering phones or the mechanic who's doing several different piecemeal pieces, you want to make sure that you use a measurable process to measure those objectives. The next prong in our 5-prong approach is achievable. You want to make sure that the goal is actually achievable, because if we have goals that we don't think we're ever going to make, then we don't really try to make them. So we want to make sure that they are achievable. And by making them achievable, you also want to make sure that they're not so easy that they're easy to obtain, but you want to make sure that they are stretchable and reachable. The next one is relevant. You want to make sure that the individual goals are in alignment with the company goals and with your goals in the department. So you want to make sure that those goals are relevant. And the last prong in our 5-prong approach is timely. Every goal that you make, you want to make sure that you have a deadline for each and every one of those goals. So I hope this has been helpful to you. That is the SMART objectives, so that you can use them in your performance management process. I want to take a moment here and see if there's any questions from the audience. And if there's not, we'll close that, and thank you very much and have a good day.